Hey, just wanted to give a quick update. We are going to be meeting with the Town of Summerville's Board of Architectural Review tonight to have our plan re-approved. We first initially had it approved back in February, but made some changes to it on the exterior. So according to their rules, we've got to go back to the board and get them to reapprove those changes. And so hopefully everything goes smoothly tonight. We're looking forward also to having our full plan done next week. So stay tuned for more of those details when those plans become available. So, welcome back to our channel, Pineland Cottage. We're excited you're here as we go on this journey of building this new house in historic downtown Summerville. So I'm Brian Mize, and of course I was before the board previously in February, and you guys had approved the previous plan as drawn. I and my wife were not quite happy with the details that we had, as much as it was really good and we thought it was what we wanted, but we ended up consulting with a historic builder, consultant that does major work on historic houses all across the country, and just trying to make this, again, like I mentioned in the previous meeting, if you remember in February, that we're trying to make this look like a 100-year-old house. And he said, here's some details you need to fix. And so we went back and fixed them to be more historically correct with the time period that we're trying to build in, which is the early 1900s, 1920-ish style. And so I can go through those changes if you'd like.
That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So really the main thing is the front elevation that changed. And I know one of the biggest things that changed was, if you remember in our discussion in February, we had a roll lock detail across the brick foundation veneer. And it was shown on the front elevation, but it wasn't shown around the rest of the house. And now we've actually removed it completely. So the way we're actually going to build the exterior siding and foundation detail is that the exterior lap siding will hang over the foundation veneer, brick veneer. And so there is no precedence historically for that roll lock. In fact, he told me that wasn't actually a technique that wasn't done until like the 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
So
I think we suggested it, Brian, because most people, they line up their foundation wall with the framing above, and then the brick sticks out in front. So
right.
You've done a very nice job pulling it back so the brick actually lines up. It's a harder detail.
Yeah.
So thank you for fixing that.
Well, I didn't know it needed to be fixed until he told me. So it's worthwhile to hire better people than what you're capable of doing sometimes. Because like I told him, I said, well, I just look around and I just think that, hey, that's what you're supposed to do, because that's what everybody does nowadays. But that wasn't done back then. So so that was one big thing. We're wanting to make this house look right. And so that's why we kind of even slowed the process down. You know, we thought we'd be ready to break ground and start building, you know, during the summer or even now, but, you know, we're not even going to probably start until after the first of the year now, just because we want to make sure all these details are right. And then the other thing that we did is that we got rid of all the boxed eaves or enclosed eaves. And so the whole house is actually going to be open eaves, detail look, but it actually will be a non-vented roof. So the detail will actually be applied to the siding, but you won't be able to tell that it's an applied open rafter tail.
Awesome. Love it.
It will have a finished soffit on top, but it will look open from the bottom.
Yep. I think that's great.
Thank you. And then the other thing we got rid of too was that front and gable to the right. We had what a lot of people call like an eyebrow or just a box eave return all the way across that front, and we completely removed that. So now, and by the way, too, we had a different siding pattern. It was board and batten that was going from above those windows to the roof line, and now it's just all lap siding going up.
Yeah.
Good. Now, were you also doing a separate garage, or was that a different?
Well, that was in these initial plan drawings. That's a proposed deal. Don't know if we'll have the money to do it, but we will come back to the board and have that approved separately if we go that route. The other thing on the front that we did differently is we added the vents. They're going to be made out of wood along the front porch, because initially we had the front porch as part of the overall. If you remember, this is a raised slab foundation. So another interesting detail with that brick veneer and all that stuff's going on. So, but now that front porch is actually going to be separate from the raised slab foundation, and it's going to be, a wood frame foundation for that front porch. So we needed to provide some crawl space ventilation for that front bit. Mm-hmm.
I think given the character of this home, the detail he has without a band board is appropriate. And so I could see just doing it at the porch, and it would really make your front porch just dressed up a little bit, which is the point of the front porch. It's just saying, entry, arrival, this is where you go. And it usually has just a little bit more presence to it.
But that's really about it on the front. The back doesn't look as historical as the front, because, and this is one place that we kind of change a little bit over form over function kind of deal. So we changed the railing and the porch stair layout. Really, there was the biggest change, and we kept the bifold folding walls there, doors on the back. We did remove a window, 2 windows or something, but so it's just one center window in that back right corner. It really is, it's pretty straightforward and simple on the back.
So is your back porch, does it have a brick floor, or is it a wood floor? And then you have
so
brick
this
steps?
Yeah, so this one is going to be an integrated slab foundation on the back porch currently, right? Save a little bit of cost and everything. So
Actually, the way it's drawn, it looks like it has the band board that we were looking for on the front.
I think that's the concrete slab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that utility that you've done. I can see that being very durable. And although it's not historic, I appreciate that you've kept the roof detail going around. I like that you've got the brick on the stairs. And I personally don't mind that you've gone to a more contemporary detail on your back porch, as I do think it will be more durable for you.
Right. Thank you.
What do you think, Tim, or any of you?
I'm okay with the way it looks, and I think the band on the front porch, like you suggested, works as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make that change. And one question I had from the last meeting, and I failed to write it down for some reason, but Tim had mentioned something about the front when we do the metal roof. You guys kind of wanted to see a certain
Size
style.
of metal. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, historically, what we like to see is no striations. So a flat panel.
Okay.
And 1 inch high. 1.5 inches is more like a commercial project. And so we'd recommend for the historic, look at 1 inch high and a panel width no greater than 18 inches.
Okay. Yeah. We were looking at 16.
Yep. 16 is great. 16 is great. 1 inch high instead of the 1.5 inches.
So on this left-hand elevation, we did raise the whole profile of the house too by 2 feet. That was to accommodate putting a window in there in that little section, because that room that's on that second or kind of half story would be considered livable space. So it needed an egress window. Plus the way we're going to run our HVAC between the first and second floor, we're going to have open web floor system, truss system in that. So that raised the profile of the house some. So that all kind of worked in together. That was the only change that really you see there.
Yeah.
Ron, did we talk about the windows last time? What they're going to be and the things on that?
Yeah. Yep. So we were, I think you had volunteered. I'm still probably going to take you up on that. Come back, do a demo at your house with the Marvin windows.
Sure. Yeah. I love them. They're expensive, but they're great windows.
Yeah. So we're looking at using the Marvin Ultimate double hung windows, still 2/2 with the simulated divided light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, they're great windows. If you want to come by and look at them, they're really nice. So.
They really are nice, and they'll be beautiful in your home.
I can't wait to see it.
Me too.
Yeah.
We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the design as submitted with the exception of the front porch, where we're looking to have brick piers with a band, the depth of the deck framing. And Becca, can we have it that you can review that and look at that before it goes to construction?
Sure. I review them before the permit is issued. So I take the plans and I compare them to what's been submitted. So I'll make sure that happens.
Yeah.
Nobody sneaks anything in there on you, huh?
We don't let that happen. It's in the field that happens, and then I have to come find you.
Oh, that won't happen. I got plenty of people in here that will vouch for me.
Looks like an exciting project, and I'm glad that we have knowledgeable people here that can talk about the specifics to make sure you address it to the right era. So I think it's a neat project.
Thank you.
Good luck. I think it'll be great.
We have a motion. Oh, we have one from Rachel. Did we get a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Nancy Jean,
Yes.
Rachel,
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
What happened to Jeff?
He's here.
All right, there you are. And
Yes.
David, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Just remember to like and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate comments and feedback, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.